If you're feeling a little dumbed down and your regular podcasts, blogs, and Insta feeds are not inspiring you, then best you stay right where you are because these are 15 people that will make you smarter. Number 1. Tim Ferris. Hey Luxers, if you need inspiration on every front imaginable, Tim Ferris is the answer. He's an American entrepreneur, investor, author, and lifestyle guru. You might recognize his name because it's become synonymous with the 4-hour workweek. Ferris has been an angel investor, a mentor for startups. He's been in television, has been actively involved in psychedelic research, and hosts a podcast called The Tim Ferris Show, which covers a wide range of topics and guests, including Hugh Jackman, Amanda Palmer, Edward Norton, and Vince Vaughn. Number 2. Christina Koch and Jessica Meir. For something completely out of this world, we suggest you follow astronauts Christina Koch and Jessica Meir. Time named them part of the most influential people of 2020, and the pair successfully completed the first all-female spacewalk. As pointed out by Time.com, 2 women executing intellectually and physically demanding work in one of the most challenging circumstances in which humans operate, orbital altitude of 250 miles, velocity of 17,500 miles per hour, is an important event, not because these women proved that we women can do. That was never a doubt, rather because the whole world saw it, including the gatekeepers, frequently men, who determine who has access to these opportunities. You can follow their inspiring journeys on Instagram. Number 3. Seth Godin. Let's get back down to earth and highlight one of the most interesting and truthful blogs around. American author Seth Godin has a blog simply called Seth's Blog. It's nothing fancy. There are no gimmicky distractions. There are no shock horror revelations. What you'll find is honesty, observations, flaws, and improvement. For example, his most recent blog is about the word sorry, how it helps to acknowledge a person when something bad has happened. He writes about the perfect avocado, reasons why you should write a book, and so forth. His podcasts are not long, but they're highly beneficial, and we give it 2 thumbs up. And Aluxers, remember to subscribe to our channel for just as much wonderful advice. Number 4. Gary Vaynerchuck. You'll find Vaynerchuck on every social media platform, and for good reason. He's a talented entrepreneur, author, speaker, and internet personality who's the chairman of New York-based communications company VaynerX. He's been featured on Forbes, in the New York Times, Mashable, The Wall Street Journal, Fortune 40 Under 40, Entrepreneur, and Inc. As you can see from this image, we weren't kidding when he said he's on every social media platform. So what can you expect? Well, a bit of everything, but here are some examples. How to start a podcast, how to use hashtags correctly, and 3 tips for hiring top talent in 2021. Absorb his words, Aluxers. Don't conform to something that doesn't make you happy. Number 5. Lewis Howes. What makes great people great? How do they set themselves apart, and what makes them tick? Lewis Howes went from being depressed and sleeping on his sister's sofa to earning $1 million in 2 years. And if he can do it, so can you, and here's how to help you get there. His podcast series is called School of Greatness, and this is his platform to highlight leaders in the industry and educate you on how to join those leagues of greatness. The crux is, we all have it within ourselves. Number 6. Pat Flynn. We mentioned Flynn in our video, The 15 Richest Podcast Hosts, where he sits at number 9 with his show, Smart Passive Income. As we explained there, he brings in a plethora of guests who all back up his methodology and encourage you to work on earning a passive income. For him, it's all about sustainable success. He chats to leaders in various fields and shares tips, strategies, and solid advice to getting a passive income working for you. Some of his topics include how to face your fears and become the courageous entrepreneur you want to be, and 4 problem-solving reasons to develop core values for your business. Number 7. Stephen Fry. No stranger to the limelight, Fry found added success through Twitter. Forget about his acting, his books, his voiceover work, and let's find out why following Stephen Fry will make you smarter. For starters, he is damn funny, and we all know laughter is good for the brain, but he's also not afraid to speak up about injustice or stupid behavior often depicted by his own British government. He's not afraid to take a stand for minority groups. He understands how important our mental health is and supports people living with disabilities, and is a massive supporter of LGBTQ rights. Number 8. Dr. Katie Mack. In Hozier's single, No Plan, there's a reference to Dr. Katie Mack. The lyrics read, "There's no plan, there's no hand on the rain. As Mack explained, there'll be darkness again." Hozier and Mack have been following each other on Twitter, and being mentioned in a song is still kinda surreal to Mack. She's a theoretical astrophysicist who studies a range of questions in cosmology, the study of the universe from beginning to end. She's all over social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, her blog and academic website. She's released a book called The End of Everything, Astrophysically Speaking, which one reader, Ramsey Schaefer, described as, "I don't know if I've ever read a book faster. Once I started, I physically could not stop reading. Thank you for blowing my mind many times." Number 9. Trevor Noah. South African-born Noah is the current host of The Daily Show, an American satirical news program on Comedy Central. The Daily Show is still broadcast despite the pandemic, except now it's called The Daily Social Distancing Show. His show and podcast are released daily. It's satirical, it's smart, it's poignant. We second his quote about money, which is, "People don't want to be rich, they want to be able to choose. The richer you are, the more choices you have. That is the freedom of money." Number 10. Aminatou and Anne Friedman. This podcast by women for everyone is a great way to indulge in your love of pop culture, politics, and life, and it's presented by Aminatou and Anne Friedman. Sao is a digital strategist, writer, and co-founder of Tech Lady Mafia. Forbes listed her on their 30 under 30 in tech list, and she's based in Brooklyn. Friedman is Sao's best friend, a journalist and contributor to the LA Times, New York Magazine, and The Gentlewoman. She's based in LA. Their show not only focuses on movers and shakers, but also the non-famous woman who's just going about her daily life, really delving into the nitty-gritty of the daily grind. The show is an eye-opener, it's inspiring, and makes you want to call your girlfriend and have a good catch-up. So Aluxers, do you follow any of these people already? If so, which ones and why? We would love to hear from you in the comments. And of course, a bonus for sticking with us until the end. Our final figure that will make us smarter in ways we can all strive for daily is Bilkis Bano. She's an 82-year-old Indian woman who can teach us about resilience, how taking a stand as a unit or alone is better than doing nothing, that it's okay to not be okay with the way life is and do something to make it better. She sat in protest in Shaheen Bagh in New Delhi to show disapproval of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government, who passed the Citizenship Amendment Act, blocking Muslims from gaining citizenship in India. As she said, "I will sit here till blood stops flowing in my veins, so the children of this country and the world breathe the air of justice and equality."